If metaphysical materialism is false, atheism is also false.
Metaphysical materialism is false, and so, atheism is false.
Atheism, the belief that there is no God or gods, often relies heavily on metaphysical materialism, the philosophical position that everything that exists is physical or dependent on physical processes. Metaphysical materialism asserts that the universe and all phenomena within it can be fully explained by matter, energy, and the natural laws that govern them. It rejects the existence of anything beyond the material world, including supernatural entities, immaterial minds, or divine beings. This materialistic worldview provides the foundation for atheism by offering a naturalistic explanation of reality that excludes the need for a divine creator or any form of transcendence. However, if metaphysical materialism were to be proven false, the philosophical underpinnings of atheism would be significantly undermined. In this video, we will explore why atheism is closely tied to metaphysical materialism and how the falsification of materialism would challenge the very core of atheistic belief.
Atheism requires metaphysical materialism.
However, metaphysical naturalism is false, and so, atheism is false. 1. Naturalism as a foundation for atheism. At its core, atheism rejects the existence of gods or deities. To sustain this rejection, atheism requires an alternative explanation for the origins and workings of the universe, one that does not involve supernatural beings. Metaphysical materialism provides such an explanation through naturalism, which asserts that everything can be understood in terms of natural processes governed by physical laws. By relying on naturalism, atheism can argue that the universe, life, and consciousness all emerged through purely physical means, without the need for divine intervention. This naturalistic framework is essential for atheism to maintain a coherent and consistent worldview that excludes the possibility of a god or gods.
2. The rejection of the supernatural.
One of the key tenets of metaphysical materialism is the rejection of the supernatural. Materialism posits that all phenomena, including consciousness, emotions, and thoughts, are reducible to physical processes in the brain and body. It denies the existence of immaterial entities, such as souls, spirits, or gods, which are central to many theistic beliefs. Atheism, in turn, relies on this materialistic rejection of the supernatural to dismiss the existence of divine beings. If metaphysical materialism were to be proven false, if it were shown that immaterial entities or forces do exist, atheism would lose its primary defense against theistic claims. The falsification of materialism would open the door to the possibility of supernatural explanations, which would directly challenge the atheistic position.
3. The role of science and empiricism.
Metaphysical materialism is closely aligned with empiricism, which emphasizes observation, experimentation, and evidence-based reasoning. Science, operating within a materialistic framework, seeks to explain natural phenomena through physical laws and processes. Atheism often appeals to science as the ultimate authority on matters of existence, arguing that the lack of empirical evidence for gods or supernatural beings supports the atheistic worldview. However, if metaphysical materialism were proven false, the scientific understanding of reality would be called into question. The discovery of immaterial entities or forces that cannot be explained by physical laws would challenge the materialistic foundation of science and, by extension, atheism.
Atheism's reliance on science as a tool for refuting theism would be weakened if the materialistic assumptions underlying science were shown to be incomplete or incorrect.
The implications of falsifying metaphysical materialism. 1. The existence of immaterial realities. If metaphysical materialism is false, it would imply that immaterial realities exist, realities that are not reducible to matter and energy. These could include abstract entities, such as mathematical truths, moral values, or even consciousness itself, if it were shown to be irreducible to physical processes. The existence of immaterial realities would challenge the atheistic view that everything can be explained by physical processes alone. It would suggest that there are aspects of reality that transcend the material world, potentially including a divine or transcendent source. This would provide a basis for theistic arguments, such as those for the existence of a non-material mind or soul, which atheism currently rejects.
2.
The limits of naturalism. The falsification of metaphysical materialism would expose the limits of naturalism, the belief that everything can be understood through natural laws and processes. If there are aspects of reality that cannot be explained by naturalism, then the atheistic reliance on naturalism as a complete and sufficient explanation of the universe would be undermined. This would force atheism to confront the possibility that the naturalistic framework it depends on is incomplete, opening the door to theistic explanations. For example, if consciousness cannot be fully explained by physical processes, this could suggest the existence of a non-material mind, which in turn could point to a higher, possibly divine, source of consciousness.
3. The question of origins. Atheism often relies on metaphysical materialism to provide a naturalistic account of the origins of the universe, life, and consciousness.
If materialism were proven false, the atheistic explanation of origins would be called into question. For instance, if the origin of the universe cannot be fully explained by physical processes and natural laws, this could suggest the involvement of a transcendent cause, potentially a divine creator. Similarly, if life and consciousness cannot be reduced to physical processes, this would challenge the materialistic account of evolution and the emergence of sentient beings, raising questions that atheism would struggle to answer without resorting to theism. The necessity of metaphysical materialism for atheism. Given the deep connection between atheism and metaphysical materialism, the falsification of materialism would have profound implications for the atheistic worldview. Without materialism, 1. Atheism loses its coherent framework. Atheism would struggle to maintain a consistent and comprehensive explanation of reality without the naturalistic foundation provided by materialism. 2. Supernatural possibilities become rational and reasonable. The rejection of materialism would force atheism to acknowledge the possibility of immaterial or supernatural entities, undermining its core tenet of denying the existence of gods. 3. The basis for rejecting theism is weakened. Atheism relies on materialism to refute theistic claims by arguing that everything can be explained through natural processes. If materialism is false, this argument loses its force, and theistic explanations may become more compelling. Conclusion. Atheism is closely tied to metaphysical materialism because materialism provides a naturalistic framework that excludes the need for gods or supernatural entities. If metaphysical materialism were proven false, atheism would face significant challenges in maintaining its position. The falsification of materialism would undermine the atheistic worldview by introducing the possibility of immaterial realities, exposing the limits of naturalism, and weakening the atheistic explanation of origins. In conclusion, while atheism does not necessarily require metaphysical materialism, it relies heavily on it to provide a coherent and consistent account of reality that excludes the divine. If materialism is false, atheism would lose its philosophical foundation, making it difficult to sustain the claim that there is no God. Therefore, the truth of metaphysical materialism is crucial for the coherence and viability of atheism as a worldview. However, metaphysical naturalism is false, and so, atheism is false. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and comment below if you agree, or would like to add your thoughts.